Shalom, my brothers. We just lost another one. Marshawn Kneeland, who, like so many before him, was able to hide his pain behind an infectious smile. Many of us confuse isolation with solitude, yet there's a profound difference. Solitude is chosen, it's structured, it's purposeful, it's disciplined. However, isolation isn't chosen, it's reactive, withdrawal disguised as focused. I'll never forget when UFC lightweight Paddy Pimblett's friend took his own life the night before a major fight. After Paddy won, he grabbed the mic and poured his heart out to the world.
There's a stigma in this world that men can't talk. Listen, if you're a man and you've got weight on your shoulders and you think the only way you can solve it's by killing yourself, please speak to someone. Speak to anyone. People would rather, I'd rather me mate cry on my shoulder than go to his funeral next week. So please, let's get rid of this stigma and men start talking.
My brothers, it's not enough to man up. You must also open up. If you're on the edge of life, please don't jump. Take 10 mental steps backward. Breathe. And then call 988 or call a friend or call a family member. There are men who've fought through what you're facing right now and want to help you break through too.
From Grand Rapids, Michigan to Dallas, Texas, Marshawn Kneeland's football journey has been full of change. Different teams, new positions, growing expectations. But from day one, his mom, Wendy, has always been there.
What would she make of all this if she was here right now?
She would probably be here right now.
She'd be like on the fence.
She would be, like every practice that we had, she would want to be sitting right here.
Wendy Kneeland allowed Marshawn to keep dreaming about the NFL.
That support system I always had there never let me worry about life.
So when Marshawn made it pro, he wanted to give his mom everything in return.
Pretty much how my plan was is like, okay, I'm gonna help my mom for all the time she helped me. That's a part of the dream that I had.
But in February, with his trip to the NFL Combine just days away, Marshawn was blindsided by a loss he couldn't see coming.
It happened overnight. I get a call from my aunt, and she told me, like, sit down and, like, you know, stop everything I'm doing. And I think I just had, like, a couple hours of, like, disbelief.
Wendy Kneeland passed away unexpectedly. Marshawn and his family have decided not to go public with the exact cause of death.
She had health problems and stuff like that, but it was nothing life-threatening.
Somehow, Marshawn found the strength to keep going, completing the combine and the draft process.
How did you move forward?
I just had to lock in on, you know, how she was always there for me for football. She wouldn't want me to grieve in that situation. She wanted me to, you know, continue chasing my dreams.
In April, with the 56th overall pick in the draft, the Cowboys made that dream come true.
At what point after that moment did you take a moment to talk with your mom?
It was definitely that night. I have a urn with her ashes in it. So, you know, I was able to just go outside, like take my time away from people and just, you know, basically hold that and, you know, act like she was still there.
What'd you say to her?
We made it. Yeah.
On Monday, I watched Marshawn Kneeland score a touchdown on Monday Night Football. And today, we are mourning his death as an NFL family. To his family and loved ones and girlfriend, his teammates, to his coaches, my condolences, my prayers to you as you grieve and you mourn his loss. This is another reminder about the mental health struggles that so many people deal with. And mental health issues don't stop at the doors of the stadium. Because you can complete these amazing athletic feats, that doesn't fend off these struggles. The fastest player, the Lamar Jacksons, the Tyreek Hills, aren't fast enough to outrun these struggles. The best of quarterbacks, the Patrick Mahomes, the Josh Allen, can't throw these troubles far enough away. The most aggressive defenders, the Myles Garretts, the TJ Watts, the Micah Parsons, can't sack these things. These are issues that all people deal with, especially in this day and age, Black men. The suicide rates of Black men over the last 5 years have risen at an alarming rate. Among the suicides of African Americans, Black men account for 80% of those. And now Marshawn Kneeland is a part of it. And it's not an age thing. I know so many times we point to the Dave Durisons, the Junior Seaus, and the Rudy Johnsons for players who post-career deal with these issues and eventually take their lives. But what about Javon Belcher in Kansas City years ago? And then now Marshawn Kneeland, to add to something like we dealt with Kyron Lacy. These are sad and tragic situations that tell you to check on your people, that tell you even though we're smiling, even though we're working, even though we seem to have it all, there could be an internal fight. There could be demons that linger that eventually rear their heads in tragic and devastating ways. Marshawn Kneeland, you'll be missed. To all the people who will continue to mourn and continue to grieve, we send our prayers, we send our blessings, and we send our condolences.
We're talking to the girlfriend. She's trying to call his agent, but we're trying to get him to call her to call him first. But she's saying he is armed and has a history of mental illness, and her quote was, "He will end it all."
Good copy. You probably ran back to the car to get the gun. 10-4.
If she calls him, we'll let you know.
Good copy. All right, y'all do me a favor. Everybody stay with the buddy. Don't go looking alone. This guy is armed.
President, they just received a text from him, a group text from him saying goodbye. They're concerned for his welfare. They do not have a key to the apartment.
David 7, I copy. I advised on this call. We were just out there. There's nobody at the apartment. All contact from my phone.
We have a lieutenant calling in from Plano advising that the NFL is calling Plano PD.
Damn! You never know what's going on with people. You never know what's going on in their hearts and in their minds. 24 years of age, just finished scoring a touchdown on Monday night, was celebrating. Seemed like the world was in the palm of his hands. And he's gone. And they talked about how he was expressing suicidal thoughts prior to that. Just let this be a lesson to all of us. You never know what's going on in other people's life. You can talk about things, you can talk about sports, you can be truthful, but when it comes to certain things, you know, there's just lines that you don't cross. Have some compassion, show some grace. Understand that a lot of people are going through things that are unimaginable, we would know nothing about. We'd never have any clue. It's just sad. Hard to put into words other than to say it's just sad. And for those of you out there who are going through things and you need somebody to talk to, just talk. Express yourself. Let it out. The one thing that I know and that I absolutely love about things that I see in this country time and time and time again, if you truly, truly, truly are somebody that needs a helping hand and you're vulnerable enough and open enough to express that vulnerability, you'd be surprised how many people would step up and try to provide assistance. So many people, one of the things that's so overwhelming for them to deal with is that they think that they are by themselves, that they are all alone, mired in darkness with no light visibly available to them at the end of the proverbial tunnel. And they succumb to that darkness, never realizing that if you just opened up and you were just open about needing help, it could be a kind word, it could be a conversation, it could be anything. You'd be surprised how many people would reach out and help you. I don't know much about all things America, but I know that. I've seen it. I've experienced it. And if I'm being totally honest with you, I've endured it because that's how miserable and low and dark my life was when I lost my mother in 2017. I felt that empty, that lifeless.
A lot of shit pissed me off. Like we got this young man, 24 years old, just got in the draft. Just scored a touchdown. Just started life. Just was accomplishing and conquering life how he needs to. This young brother, Marshawn, decides to take his life, supposedly. Uh, due to schizophrenia episode, bipolarism, if you will. He had mental issues that people weren't addressing in his day-to-day life. They just seen him smiling, you know, seen him working, seen him grinding, and thought that that's all that this young man needed in his life. There's more than money in this world. You can't just think that this man is a wallet and never concerned about his mental, physical, or any of his health. You can't you can't equal a man to money. Right? A man is more than money. Half the time people only see what we could bring to the table as far as financials. They don't give a fuck what men got to say, got to do, like what our interests, what we want to do in life, goals, accomplishments, nothing. Like it's how much money do you make? How much money are you going to give me? For some reason, we don't get talked to about how we feel. It's being addressed more and more now because men are actually voicing their concerns and they are taking their life. Back in the day, they didn't care, about what if young men took their life. But now, since we're, entering into this cancel culture and everybody's looking at what everybody's saying and doing, now y'all seeing that, yeah, men are more than just a wallet. We might need to be talked to. We might need to be cared for. We might need to be understood, even. You know what I'm saying? This young man had family, had a girlfriend, he had things going for him in life, like major things, in a major way. But he threw all that away because he felt like he wasn't understood. The one love of his life is gone, and the love of his life that he chose to deal with isn't addressing the situation as he sees fit. I'm not trying to put her blame her in any way. I'm just saying that people have to be more concerned about what men are going through besides how much money they're bringing to the table. Money gonna fade. Like I know it goes up and down. If you ever watch the stock market or crypto or any type of market, housing, any market, it's gonna go up and it's gonna go down. It's gonna go up, it's gonna go down. One year is not gonna be as good as the other year. Now, is he less of a man because he didn't make 10 million like he just made last year? He made 9 million. Oh, is he less? See, this doesn't get addressed enough. And we have the results right here in front of us when it doesn't get addressed. Men go their own way. They don't want to be talked to. They don't want to even deal with people in life. Or they hurt themselves, hurt other people, take their aggression out on people that don't deserve it because he wasn't talked to and understood or tried to be understood or or any of these things that it's easy to just be a stress relief to people. You know what I'm saying? That's what therapy is there for. But you don't want to keep going to somebody you don't know for therapy. You want to actually therapize with people that you know. So the people that's in your circle should be your therapy. Because who the fuck wants to keep showing up to people that they don't know you, you don't know them, and they just there for the check? Because once you stop paying them, they're not even there. So now it's still based off of wallet, how much he's bringing to the table. He feels that when he goes to therapy. He doesn't want to go into a room where he doesn't even know this person and they're just there for the check. What the hell don't y'all understand? Talk to your family members. Go out your way to see if they're okay. Because you don't want this to happen to your people. I damn sure know it's happened in my close family. And I just wish I would have took more time instead of just grinding all fucking day to actually reach out to people that might need it, people I love, people I care about, and don't want to see them hurt themselves. It is what it is, man. Silence acceptance when you have it when it comes to sport.